Hello guys and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to introduce you to the next series of tips and tricks how to go study abroad on exchange program. This time we're going to be traveling to where? Yes, as I promised, to sunny Mexico.
Ese lugar lo quiero yo, solo es uno, solo es uno. Ese lugar me enamoro, solo es uno, solo uno.
For those ones who are here for first time, my name is M and I'm broadcasting from rainy London today. Yes, London has been very rainy lately. I created this channel not because I want to be life mentoring anybody or life coaching. Was not at all the purpose. I'm rather trying to share knowledge, tips and tricks, insights of the ones that are interested in how to study, work and travel abroad. And I hope as well also to motivate you, to push your creative mind to speak to you, to unleash your genius and just go with the sometimes even random opportunities that appear and we probably don't always consider. So my idea is just to share experiences. So in the last episode I shared with you the story how M went to study in Brazil in the University of São Paulo without knowing Portuguese. But maybe the way I ended up there was a little bit absurd, a little bit random, but it was very constructive, and especially the benefit afterwards was tremendous. So when I went back to Lyon, France, and enrolled again in the next year, university year, I decided to trace the pattern and carefully study the steps that I had taken in order to probably try to send myself an exchange program again. But this time, as we already mentioned in the previous episode, the purpose and the destination was Spanish, learning Spanish in a Latin American country that is obviously Spanish speaking. So I stayed again alert about the opportunities out there and waited for the right time to come so that I can apply again. Of course, one random day, the International Divisions Department gave me a call to let me know that my profile and the application that I had submitted to pre-register was eligible, and if I had time to submit the file in a timely manner, because there are always deadlines as we all know, but M always does everything in the last minute, then I would potentially have the opportunity to go again on exchange program, and this time to sunny Mexico. So of course I cannot disconsider this, but I needed help. Why did I need help? Because I had enrolled the previous semester in Spanish for beginners this time, intentionally, as we said. This time is much more prepared than the previous time. But my Spanish wasn't that good. It's university, one semester, you cannot do much with Spanish. You really need to be in a situation, really need to immerse into context. So in order to do that, you have to be very careful and prepare this in advance. I ran straight away to knock on the door of my neighbor who was coming from South America, who came to the rescue to help me prepare the file together. What did it mean? Well, we made a cover letter. We prepared all my documents, filled in the application forms in Spanish that I wouldn't have been able to do alone. But the last element that I needed to prepare the project in the pipeline was staring at me. I didn't even need to go and random on the door of a teacher in the Lusophone or the Spanish-speaking department. This time I had my neighbor, so had to take advantage of it, right? We put the file together, and it took us about a day, so everything was going to be delivered in a timely manner. The only detail that was under question, and I did not have time to do the research, was where exactly in Mexico, because Mexico is a big country, correct? Well, my friend, who was a native speaker coming from South America, exclamation point, for me it was like Central America, South America, Latin America, the one speak Portuguese, the other one speak Spanish. So kind of everything melted together, and I thought he definitely must know much more than me and should definitely send me to the right place. That seems to make sense. I should trust him. In any event, I did not have time to start doing Google research on the all 200 universities probably that were available out there to apply. So I had to prioritize and trim certain elements and maybe let the universe sometimes surprise me. Leave a little door, because I knew that no matter what, I was going to land on exchange program somewhere. Where? Well, if it's possible to be near the beach, the pristine white sand, crystal clear water, the better it is, right? So, a friend of a friend of a friend, you see how the project is being built up, had told my friend that there was this amazing city, very student-oriented, new colonial style, picturesque buildings near the beach in Mexico called Toluca de Lerdo. And this city was actually on the list, and I put it as my first choice. I was like, this is the place. Well, when I went back to the university, I applied for this place. I got accepted, and a few weeks later, when I found out that I got accepted, ran to the door of my neighbor, jumping up and down, completely excited about what is happening, that I'm going to parachute myself for a second time. We piloted together the project, everything worked out well, and I've been sent to this absolutely amazing place near the beach in Mexico, exactly how I wanted. Well, he stopped me for a moment and invited me politely to sit down and calm down, and told me that he had to share with me the news that what he was thinking about was not the place where I was accepted. The Mexican connection in Lyon had very few knowledge and information about this place, Toluca. Of course, once I applied, I went back to juggle my university life, 2 jobs, the homeworks. I did not have time. The file was submitted and I was going somewhere. It was perfect, and I knew I was going to a nice destination. Well, things didn't quite turn out like that. Toluca happened to be 40 minutes away from Mexico City when there's no traffic. But when there's traffic, it can count easily 3 hours with high quality telenovelas in the bus ride. Toluca was nowhere near the beach. Toluca had no access to pristine white sand and wasn't really picturesque new colonial style town in Mexico. It was actually the industrial branch of Mexico City, and it was actually snowing. Yes, there is snow in Mexico, and in the Nevado de Toluca there is also snow, trust me. And instead of palm trees, well, there were pine trees. Yes, I think it was the coldest place in the whole Mexico that you can possibly imagine. Yes, and I was sent there out of all paradise-looking places. Yes, so this is what happens when you don't read all the elements. So when I found out about it, I ran straight away to the International Division Department and explained the situation. I was invited to eventually go and try to swap my choice where I was accepted with another student if anybody was willing to go to this university. But I think out of all choices, there were available spots only in this one. Yeah, because maybe other students had prioritized differently. And this is how I ended up having a choice to go to Toluca instead of probably Monterrey or Querétaro or probably Tulum, who knows? But fair enough. When I went to approach the students and try to kind of sell the spot in exchange with each other, and then when I spoke to my agent from the University International Department, I realized that if I hadn't put this place on the top of my list, since I was going on exchange program for a second time, I was actually never going to qualify for anywhere because all the nice places were already taken, and taken by students going there for first time. So instead of me trying to talk someone into my city and exchange it, I realized that this was an opportunity for me. It wasn't like I tricked myself and I found information through the grapevine, didn't check it correctly. Luckily I didn't check it, because if I had checked it, it means that I was never going to make this project happen, and I was going to speak Spanish, never going to make it to Mexico, and I was never going to be on an exchange program twice. So the bottom line is, sometimes if you don't check everything, maybe it happens that it's for a reason. And also, if you prioritize certain layers and skip certain layers, well, should make sure that your file is correctly done, and should make sure that the layers that you're skipping are affordable to you. Because at the end of the day, for me, what mattered was to make it to a Spanish-speaking country. I didn't make it to live near Riviera Maya and be on the beach every day, but I had the most tremendous experience in Toluca, which happened to be the coldest city climate-wise in whole Mexico, but had the warmest people and the nicest Mexicans ever. So yeah, sometimes life plays you tricks, and if you approach it if it was your background, well, you just go with the flow. This is what was presented, and this is what I embraced. So thank you guys. I hope you enjoyed the episode, how to prepare your exchange program to Mexico. I strongly recommend the destination if you ever have the opportunity, and if it's somewhere on the list that you come across at your university, just definitely go for it. It's quite a place, once in a lifetime. Have a good one. Enjoy.
Ese lugar lo quiero yo, solo es uno, solo es uno. Ese lugar me enamoró, solo es uno, solo uno.